What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pop Gurus. We just got back from the movies. We saw the newly released Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and we're going to give our takes on it.
This is going to be a spoiler-free take on Sonic, because that's about all I can stomach. Let's start with Andy.
Yeah.
Andy, let's get that over with.
Well, to back this up, I mean, this is following a tradition of movies made from video games. Everybody knows Sonic the Hedgehog, little blue hedgehog running around chasing rings. I know I grew up playing the Sonic games. I'm sure everybody here and probably everybody watching played the games. Sonic is iconic. Behind Mario, he's probably one of the most iconic characters. So, of course, eventually they had to make a movie. Andy might have a little bit different take on it, so...
I might.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Coming from the large pantheon of video game movies like Resident Evil, Super Mario Brothers, and anything else that have come out, this is not bad. Like, you get hints from the source material of the video game. You get called back to the Saturday morning cartoon. It was a fun movie. It's not great, but it's definitely not horrible. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
This movie is an absolute dumpster fire of a movie. Maybe if you are a 8-year-old child who doesn't read at the proper reading level, you might enjoy this movie. I didn't laugh a single time. There wasn't a single thing in this movie that even made me... There was one moment where I was like, that's kind of funny. And there was nothing else. Also, this movie blatantly just rips off of other movies. Like, the first beginning of the movie, without giving you any spoilers, it's basically a ripoff of the origin story of Spider-Man. Like, that's basically what it was. And they like shove it down your throat too. It's not even like a subtle thing. Then the number of times where they just are basically like doing the exact same thing from movies like X-Men, Days of Future Past. It was just...
Which we do have James Marsden in there, you know.
We didn't have James Marsden. Yeah. But that's not... That doesn't mean they should be doing the same things as X-Men movies. Oh, it was terrible. That's all I got to say.
And for anybody that is unfamiliar or hasn't seen the previews, Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik. What did you think about Jim Carrey in this movie?
So, Jim Carrey returns to his, let's say, Batman Forever... Riddler days.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was... I don't know where it is, like, Jim Carrey begins and where what he's doing begins and what's, like, on the script is. Because they didn't really, set him up to be great. But it's a lot of overacting from Jim Carrey. Like, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
I would classify it as if you saw Grandma's Boy, if Jim Carrey was the JP character.
Yep.
Yeah,
basically.
I definitely did think that was the robot stuff.
The robot stuff, but there was like a dance montage
for no reason.
He's dancing, literally dancing, not even like prancing. He is straight up dancing in the middle of the movie, for no reason.
I was not a fan of Jim Carrey's acting in this movie, and I've not been a fan of a lot of things Jim Carrey's done recently. Dumb and Dumber, I'm a huge fan. That's where Jim Carrey's great to me. His recent stuff has not been so good. And, I will say this. Part of the reason why we go see this together in the movie theaters is so that we see what everybody else is doing and how everybody else is reacting to the movie. And I will say that every kid in that audience absolutely loved the movie. I think that's what this movie is mainly geared at. I think if you have kids that are into Sonic, they're going to love the movie. I really think, I know it sounds funny, like why would we go into Sonic not expecting it to be a kids movie? But I mean, I was hoping for a little bit more of that nostalgic feeling for people like us that grew up with Sonic.
There was 2 points of nostalgia in the movie. It was at the opening credits when the Sega symbol came up, and it was literally just old school Sonic playing on the screen. And then in the post credits, where it's literally just old school Sonic now acting out the movie, which would have been a better movie to me if it had just been that animation. I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah, it had some moments. Now Billy didn't laugh at all. I got a couple chuckles out of it. Andy thoroughly enjoyed himself. But I mean, this is a guy.
8-year-old not on the right.
Ben Schwartz was
level.
a great cast.
This is a guy who loves
Sonic.
Paddington. So I mean, I'm not overly surprised that he loved this movie. Billy and I did not enjoy it as much.
So another thing with this movie is that it was delayed because they put out test shots of the animation, and there was a major backlash. So they basically redid all of the animation. What did you think of the final animation?
I never saw
Sonic.
the beginning.
I mean, but just like, what did you think of the animation as
it was fine. Like, I mean,
to me, he just looks like a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
That they that they've made like walk around and move around. He doesn't look like I don't know what it was supposed to like. He looked like a stuffed animal. His eyes were glassy like a stuffed animal's. His fur looked like stuffed animal fur.
Yeah.
He's supposed to have quills. The only time you know it's a quill is when it falls off. Like,
I think they would have been better served instead of making Sonic look like he could exist in the real world if they had kept Sonic the more cartoony Sonic
Who
that
Framed
we all
Roger
know.
Rabbit?
yeah, something
Right.
like that. Yeah,
Exactly. But I mean, I don't know. What would you score it?
I guess like a 2.5 stars.
Well, and you thoroughly
I
enjoyed it.
but
Are you just saying that
no,
to
like
appease us?
like no,
well,
because
it's
I
a
mean
matter of
it's
there's a question of like how much do you enjoy it versus how good of a movie is.
right, yeah.
Because you can enjoy
all right.
good, bad movies, and you can not enjoy good movies.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Watch our 1917 review. I hate that movie.
Yeah,
2.5 stars.
Yeah.
Okay, but how much did you enjoy it? What would you score?
My
it?
enjoyment level was like 3.5.
I mean, okay. I mean,
You know.
he was giddy.
Yeah,
He was,
I think he's holding back. His enjoyment level was
turns
higher.
to him and says, "That was a good movie."
That was his first words.
I was expecting it to be really bad, and it wasn't.
I thought
it wasn't.
I looked at Billy and I said, "How many Academy Awards do you think are coming out of this?" And he,
I
said,
said
"I'm not
one,
going to
I think.
repeat what he said."
I responded with one, I think, in the old school way of saying one.
What are you giving it?
Oh my God, can I give it a half a star?
Yeah.
Okay, there are two redeeming qualities to this movie. James Marsden is fine. Like, he actually carries the story. His character is believable. There's one point where he kind of goes off the rails a little bit, but it's expected in this sort of movie. And then the guy, I can't remember his name. He plays the deputy.
Adam Pally.
Adam Pally. Yeah,
Adam Pally's funny too.
Adam Pally's always funny, so like he's funny in this movie. But he's not in the movie enough. Like the movie would have been funnier if he had been in the movie more. But yeah, it's a half a star.
All right.
I'll give it 1 for James Marsden's performance.
All right. For me, as far as rating it as a movie, I'm going to give it in line with Andy a 2.5, and that's simply because I know it's aimed at kids. My enjoyment level, however, I'm going to give like half a star. Same with Billy, because I was hating life sitting through this movie. But yeah.
Also, there's one other thing that really bothered me. There is a character in this movie whose sole purpose apparently is to try to get her sister to get divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things don't make sense in this movie, but you need to go see it for yourself. Let us know
And
what
the
you
blue
think.
hedgehog is the thing that makes more sense than most of these things.
Let us know what you thought. That's what we're about here on Pop Girls. It's not as much as what do we think. We want to create a discussion. Are we wrong? Are we being too harsh on the movie? Let us know. Comment below. Go ahead, like this video, subscribe, check out our other videos, and we'll be back with more.